Now we're going to talk about an amazing technique that is called divided deckle or deckle division. And here's an example of it right here. We have a divider which makes two compartments in my deckle. Now what is so amazing about this and what makes it so broad that no single individual will ever exhaust its possibilities is the fact that you can put down one pulp here, a different pulp there, lift them up, raise the gate, and you're putting down at least two pulps simultaneously into a single sheet. That's very amazing indeed. The possibilities and the options that are available on this are simply countless. Let's show you how it works in this very simple form. We'll put that in the water. We have our divider down there like that. We'll pour yellow pulp in on one side, pour blue pulp in on the other, get them mixed like that. Lift it up, and now we pull the divider and the two pulps flow together. Happened quite fast, and don't know if you really got to see it. But there it is, and notice that the blue pulp overflowed the yellow. And one never knows quite which one is going to overflow, so there's a whole field of discovery right there. We'll take that out and show you what it looks like. There we are. Isn't that something? And if I took that now through the regular paper-making steps of pressing, drying, and so forth, we would have something like this. And I have a wet hand, and we're getting a little water there. But that is the kind of image this can produce. It can produce some fascinating images indeed. Now we're going to talk about two things. Number one, how do you make the divider? And two, show you some of the many, many options available with this technique. Now, we're going to show you how to make a divider for your hand mold. It's very simple indeed. You simply take a tray that is a foam board that they use for food. You've cut it in half, have a very straight line here. We take that straight line over to our hand mold. We hold it there like that and very carefully mark where the inside edges of the mold's walls come. When you have done that, you take some kind of a straight edge and draw an absolutely 90-degree angle line up from here so that it fits tightly against the sides of the hand mold. Cut that with a knife, and when you have done that, you have this, and that becomes your divider. It slides in easily, removes easily, and you can, of course, go to some expense to do this with wood or have a professional carpenter build you something, but this you can do in a matter of minutes. When this wears out, you simply make a new one. So that's how easy it is. Now we're going to show you just a few of the options you can work with a divided deckle and just hint at some of the many, many art and decorative effects you can get with this quite amazing technique. Here we are, the one that we showed you, and this is the sheet that we made with it. Now an important thing about this technique is that you get a two-sided sheet. Here is the top side where one pulp flowed over the other, and if you turn it around, you have a very sharp definition between the two pulps. That will be a feature of every sheet that you make in this fashion. And of course, you would not have had to pull the gate. If you did not, you could make two small sheets at once, or if you're working with our Pro Kit, 8.5 by 11, you could make two sheets like that at once. That's without pulling the gate. So here we have an example of the paper mill. We have mixed techniques. There's a plain pulp. There is a botanical inclusion, a special pulp, denim, with a plain white. And here a technique of turning the blender off before everything comes apart on one side and plain pulp on the other. And again, you always have a two-sided sheet. And if you can do that with the little one, we can also go to our big one, divide it the same way, and look at this. There you have the sharp definition. And if you turn it around, look at the flow over that occurred on this one. Quite amazing, practically everything purple. And again, a more subtle division here. And you don't have to stop when you have done the divided deckle technique. You can add to it. After you've made your divided deckle sheet, you can do a bit of the technique we have just shown you in these sense, and one shown in another volume which was surface embedment. So by combining techniques, you can have a quite striking image indeed. And of course, another option is to divide the decal lengthwise. And if you do that, you can make some very beautiful sheets that I refer to as sideliners. Look at this. You can have a very decorative edge, and you can do calligraphy, drawing, or whatever there, typing, writing a letter. There's just a plain colored pulp, and here are some botanicals. And speaking of botanicals, look at the beauty of that one. So you can just make some beautiful sideliner stationery, drawing paper, or whatever. And if you move up to the 8.5 by 11 format, it really becomes dramatic. Look at the botanicals there, and here we did a poem in calligraphy, absolutely gorgeous. And you can do that, you can put something there or something on the other side. That is truly delivers impact. And why stop with just two different compartments? Here we put in two dividers, we have three compartments, we put down blue, white, red, all at the same time into the same sheet, and again you get two totally different sides. And if you continue using your imagination here, you can divide the decal at a different angle rather than straight across one way or the other. How about an angle, giving you a color there, and what's on the other side? A very nice meld of the two. And if you use your imagination even further, how about three divisions? A plain pulp, and one where we turn the blender off early, giving us that on that side, and look what we got on that side. And you can even go to 4 or more if you're capable of figuring this out and using it, and there is the image on that side. So this is a technique that will challenge and plumb the very depths of your imagination and your energy. Well, we've taken a look at how to make paper and learned some simple but extraordinary techniques for making some quite dramatic handmade papers. And I hope that you'll try all of these, because when you have tried them, you will have made some very beautiful handmade papers of your own. I'll look forward to making paper with you again very soon.
To learn more about paper making and decorative techniques, check out Paper by Kids or Tin Can Papermaking by Arnold Grummer at your local library. Arnold Grummer has a full line of papermaking kits and supplies, including classroom kits, books, videos, specialty pulps, cotton linters, and a press. Check your local dealer or write to Greg Markham Incorporated, Post Office Box 13245, Milwaukee, Wisconsin 53213. This has been Fun with the Paper Mill with Arnold Grummer.